up guys, Larry Chen here. I'm at JCCS and as always I walk around, look for the coolest cars. This one definitely caught my eye. I'm a big old school Celica guy. I love them so much. Or Cressida, sorry. Fuck. I'm a big old school Cressida guy. I love them so much. My buddy Frederick Sorley from Norway really caught me onto them. You guys have seen his car without a doubt if you've been on the internet, because his car is used for that meme, you know, it's like an off ramp and he's drifting off the off ramp. It's like you could keep going or you can exit. But anyways, he's an amazing driver and he really tosses his around. This one's just a different level of build though. This one is so cool, and this is the owner. Tell me about this. Why did you want to build this?
I have been into drifting since '05. Had a crazy S13, still have it, but I wanted something cool to drive on the street, and I always liked these. I bought this maybe 6 years ago and drove it around stock for a long time, and then decided to make it a cool street car, and that's what I did.
It's really, really cool. So what year is it?
78.
Wow.
It's a stock 1JZ. It's got a GT 3076 on it. It's got a 350Z transmission, AEM Infinity. It's pretty much stock engine.
Yeah, but I mean, when this car was brand new, how much power did it make?
It had to be, I don't know, maybe 100.
Maybe 100.
Maybe 100.
And now it's making
530.
Wait, so when you say stock, you don't really mean stock. 530 horsepower, potentially 5 times the amount of power this car originally had, is definitely far from stock, especially with that 6-speed 350Z transmission. I'm sure it's a blast to drive.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
So tell me about the interior.
It's pretty stock. I had the seats redone. They were pretty tore up. I've got some 80s Pioneer receiver and equalizer and some sweet Pioneer speakers that light up and go up and down.
Tell me about the wheels.
They're SSR MK1s, polished. The rears they're 15.9, I think -1, and the fronts are 15.8 +6. It's also got a S13 steering rack. Got rid of the steering box, and it's got S13 stance coilovers.
Have you drifted this at all?
No, I tried a little bit. It didn't do very well. It was tough.
I mean, do you get a lot of funny looks in this thing?
I do. It's fun to drive. People are always looking at it, asking me about it.
And this is original color?
It is the original color. I added some Sherwin-Williams gold pearl to it to shine it up a little bit, but it is the original yellow.
It looks good.
Thanks.
Yeah. What did you do for brakes?
The front brakes are S13, and the whole front suspension is S13. The rear is Celica Supra axle with Celica Supra disc brakes.
There's a lot of good quality cars out here. So many cool builds, and for you to stand out, it's just one of those things where you just have to do it right, and this is definitely done right. I mean, it has to, right? Because you drive this all the time, right? Is this your daily or?
No.
But this is your kind of street fun car.
Yeah, that's what I built it for.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for showing us, and that is a wrap. What's up?
Not much. How you doing?
What's your name?
Kerry.
Where are you from?
Sacramento.
What have you done here?
About all of it.
This is a very interesting build. I've never actually seen a classic Celica used as a drag car.
There's actually, I don't know, I'd guess probably 10 or 12 of them around the country. Or not the country necessarily, but the world. You see them online.
It's kind of interesting to me because when I look at this car, it actually has a lot of almost like American car styling cues from the era. The craziest thing is, of course, the wheels that you fit under these drag radials.
I actually bought the wheels back in 1991 and have attempted 3 different builds of this car, and this is finally the one I got done. It's just something I wanted to do. I love the Pro Street drag cars, and I wanted to build a street version.
Yeah.
So I finally got here.
In terms of the motor, what are you running?
Basically, it's a 2J block with a 1J head. It's got 268, 276 staggered stage 2 Crowder cams, custom intake, PT67, 66 precision turbo. I'm running 18 pounds on wastegate right now on pump gas. So we're in the 520-ish range.
Tell me about the body. What did you have to do to modify the body to kind of fit this stuff?
The exterior of the body is all original, actually. Nothing's been changed. All the lights, everything, chrome, strips, everything's all original. Interior-wise, to the engine compartment, firewall was back 6.5 inches, and then basically from the firewall back, it's a chassis car underneath. All new sheet metal, everything all the way back.
That is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm just looking at it just from the outside. It just looks so crazy what you did to it.
Yep, still got full interior. The similar center console, it's actually a stretched 2 consoles blended together. Aluminum seats, full carpeting, sound deadener, padding, everything. Door panels, all the windows work, all glass, it's all original.
Yeah.
So I just wanted power in a small little package.
Because you're running pump gas, you could probably drive 1,000 miles on this thing, huh?
Yeah, wouldn't I'd try.
Yeah.
But the roads in this state suck, so it's too low to be practical for long distances. In town, I drive it all over the place. I'll drive to car shows and take the wife out to dinner and go play and cruise and do all that.
So how wide are the actual tires in the back?
They're 325 50-15s, which wind up about a 13.5, 14, and 28.
What about the fronts? You kind of have some pizza cutters in the front.
The fronts are actually 5.5-inch wheels, so I run a 175 55 15 on those.
That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, from afar, it doesn't, I mean, if you kind of hide the wheels,
yeah,
it's actually pretty subtle looking.
Yeah, and that was the goal. I wanted it stock-ish looking and tried to hide as much as I could. So if you look at the side profile, you only see the 1 roll cage bar. Everything else basically blends in. You can't really see anything else. And then the tires, obviously I couldn't hide, but it is what it is.
So tell me about the transmission.
It's a turbo 350 with a full manual valve body, trans brake, extra clutches, all the, not crazy bells and whistles, but a good amount.
Have you had the chance to launch it at all?
Oh, I just play around with it, yeah, on the street.
Right,
yeah.
In Mexico, you mean?
In Mexico, yes, down in Mexico. Do a lot of traveling to Mexico.
Right.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Hey, thank you so much for showing us your car. It is so beautiful. We would love to see it at the Hoonigan Burn Yard.
Someday, maybe.
Yeah, someday. But
I'll bring old tires.
Yeah, bring old tires. We'll put down some soapy water for you, or maybe you don't even need it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's such a cool build. Thank you so much for building it.